The answer to this question is 53 tablets. So this question was sent in to me from a student asking for a bit of help. And when I took a look at this question, I was kind of impressed because I've not come across this kind of question before. However, what this question's actually doing is simply asking us to rearrange one of our approaches or methodologies to half-life questions. But they've done it in a very good manner in that they've given us a scenario of an overdose that a patient's taken. So again, let's start off by understanding what the question actually wants from us. So again, I'm going to put a question mark in a box. I'm going to put the units they want the answer in, tablets, and then I'm going to put equals. And at this point, from the question, I'm going to extract the part where it's asking from me what it wants. And that's in the last part of the statement here. It's saying what's the total number of paracetamol tablets that the patient ingested. So how many paracetamol tablets did they take before they were admitted? So I'm going to put question mark tablets equals starting point. You could put starting point or you could put patient ingested. It's just to build an idea of what it is they're actually asking from us. So here now, when I look at the information that's being provided to me in the question, I need to build a game plan to get to the answer, my best route to the answer. And I can see I've been given here the the paracetamol pharmacokinetics. So they've also told me the age and weight of the patient here. It's been 10 hours since she's been admitted, and the blood sample upon being admitted was 29.1. So straight away what I can start to build is a picture of the information. If it's been 10 hours since the patient was admitted and the half-life is 2.5 hours, then I can do 10 hours divided by 2.5 hours to get an answer of how many half-lives have passed. So I can do 10 divided by 2.5. That tells me that 4 half-lives have passed so far. 4 half-lives. Sorry, there's no F in half-life, is there? Oh my days, let's fix that. Half-lives, there we go. So 4 half-lives have passed so far. So what that's telling me is that when I've got this concentration, 29.1 milligrams per litre, if I would have to go back up 4 half-lives. So if there's 1 half-life there, 2 there, 3 there, 4 there to get to the starting point up here, starting concentration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the concentration that I've got, which is the final concentration of 29.1 milligrams per litre, and I'm going to start working from there. Now, the question also tells me the volume of distribution, which is 0.9 litres per kilogram. So if I take 0.9 litres times kilograms, I can work out in the concentration that my patient's currently got in their bloodstream over here. So I'm going to do 0.9 litres times by their weight, 57 kilograms. So 0.9 times 57 gives me an answer of 51.3 litres. So what that's telling me is that if there's 29.1 milligrams per litre in my patient's body, that means there's 29.1 milligrams times 51.3, which is the volume of distribution for my patient. So 51.3 times 29.1, that tells me that there's 1492.83 milligrams of the paracetamol in circulation. Now remember, on my course for pharmacokinetics and half-lives, I discussed quite heavily about this fact, about that I like to draw this little circle arrow which tells me how much is in circulation in my patient's body at the moment. So now that I know that's the current concentration of paracetamol in my patient's body, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, the end point is 1492.83 milligrams. If I go back up 4 half-lives, So if I draw these arrows and I say, right, there's 1 half-life there, and 2 half-lives there, and 3 half-lives there, and 4 half-lives there, because 4 half-lives had passed. So if I go back up 4 half-lives, I'll get the starting concentration here. I'll get what the concentration was at the start in her system. Now to go back up half-lives, we simply times by 2. Because if we were going the opposite way, we'd be dividing by 2 when we go down half-lives. So all I have to do is take the final concentration here and times it by 2 4 times. So on my calculator, I'm going to press times 2 equals, times 2 equals, times 2 equals, and times 2 equals. And that gives me a final answer. I'll just get a different colour pen to show you over here, of 2388.28 milligrams. So that is the final concentration that my patient has got. Sorry, not final, apologies, starting concentration that my patient has had in their system. So now what I can say is, okay, if there's 2388.28 milligrams circulating in my patient's system at the start, before they were admitted to hospital, so that's before those 4 half-lives took place, then I can simply say I need to divide this by the strength of the paracetamol tablet to work out how many tablets my patient swallowed. However, remember, in the question, they've also told you that the oral bioavailability of paracetamol is 90%. What that means is that if my patient ingested a 500 milligram tablet of paracetamol, I have to times that by the 90% bioavailability to work out how much of one 500 milligram paracetamol tablet would be circulating in my patient's body. So I'm going to do 500 on my calculator times 90%, which gives me an answer of 450 milligrams. So again, they might have ingested a 500 milligram tablet, but due to its bioavailability, this 90% bioavailability, there is only 450 milligrams circulating in the system. So now I'm going to take the starting concentration, 23885.28 milligrams, and I'm going to divide this by 1 450 milligrams tablet, which is the amount that would be circulating in the system. So again, I'm just going to break that down for you. So this is the starting concentration that's in my patient's system, and I'm dividing it by 1 tablet. So if I do that, 23885.28 divided by 450, that gives me an answer of 53.0784 tablets. Now the question says it wants the answer to the nearest tablet. So to the nearest tablet is going to be to the nearest whole number here, which would be 53 tablets, which is the answer. So again, it was a good question, because rather than going down in half-lives when we have a half-life calculation question, this question was saying to you, look, you've got the endpoint concentration of the amount that the patient's got in their system. They've taken a blood sample after 10 hours, which is 4 half-lives later. What was the starting concentration? And then can you understand that you need to work out 1 paracetamol tablet bioavailability in the system and then divide it to get the total number of tablets that the patient must have ingested. So again, if you enjoyed this video's training, do like and subscribe to my channel, and also do take a look at my various teaching courses that I run on my platform.